Hello and welcome. Boy, have we got some stuff to talk about here. First of all, I'm going to need to see if we've got a 5x5, so an audio and visual check, if you will, to make sure. Time rolled again. My partner's with me at the moment, so we're going to be talking about things. So good, we're getting out there. So that's awesome. Can you do me a favor? Can you tell me if you can hear Rachel okay?
Hi, folks. I hope you're doing all right today.
That's cool. So yeah, if you can hear Rachel loud and clear, great. If it's too quiet, then tough. Not much we can do about that, is there? So yeah, whilst we wait for the lag, Nick says yup, and John says yep. It's like a weird yep, yes. So that's good. All good. Sweet. So all right then. What we need to do, I'm going to come out of the chat. We've got 81 in here. If you can, whilst before we just crack on with it, if you can share it, that would really help. Because the last two videos, they've both been demonetized. One of them has been set to over 18s only, and the views are so way down, it's ridiculous. So if you can share this, if you're watching on the replay, especially, Facebook and WhatsApp are key. Groups on Telegram, they all help as well. So if you can copy the share link underneath and paste it into your groups, that would be good, because we're talking about what's been going on in Ireland. Oh my God. So what we're talking about, we're going to come out of the chat and we are going to present this. I'm going to show this clip and I'm going to narrate over it. In fact, Rachel will as well, because this is one of those reoccurring themes which has been happening a lot, which is you would go through social media, someone's posted something 10 minutes ago, you look at it, and automatically lots of people think it's just happened just because they posted it 10 minutes ago. How do we know that that footage, that photograph isn't 10 years ago? This is one of the biggest problems for us content creators, to really spend time looking into the origins of content, because we need to make sure that we are not misleading anyone. Everything we try and do here on the channel is as factual as we can get it. And I'm not going to lie, I've made mistakes in the past and I've apologized for them, because it's seemingly always hindsight where we would discover, oh my God, did you realize that footage that you've shown was actually 2 years ago? Even though I've lifted it from a news article which was published the same day. So we've really got to be careful. So we're just going to pop into the chat real quick to see who's in. John Farley, hi mate. It's good, all good in the hood. Mr. Steve, down in Portsmouth, I remember. So, okay, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this footage, which was only released this morning, a few hours ago now, on Twitter, or if you want to call it X, hey, whatever. So we're going to look at it now, and I'm just going to double check. Yeah, the screen's all good. So this, let me see what we can do. We can show you the post. Okay, so this is the guy, Michael or Michael Keith, over in Ireland, is claiming. Now we don't know this. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. I want to know, and I want your help to fill me in, as it were, with what's going on currently. Okay, not a year ago, not 2 years ago, this week, this month. Okay, so if anyone lives in this area, it's not too far from Dublin. Okay, so apparently we are being told that there is a migrant camp to home over 1,000 African asylum seekers. Okay, sites like this are under construction across the country. So that is a pretty much a bold claim. So nonetheless, we endeavour to talk about this. So we got 317 in here right now. That's awesome. We got people from Australia, Dudley. If anyone is watching from Ireland, can you share this so we can get as many Irish people as we can in here live? If not, share it so we can watch it together on a replay, because I'm really keen to see the comment section under this. Right, so without further ado, we're going to crack on and we're going to watch this together. And we are going to pause it and talk about certain things. So just double checking. Yeah, it's on. So I'm going to make the screen big and we're going to watch. Now, I've muted the sound because we want to talk, because it's just some bullshit music on it, like always. So, roll VT. This is drone footage. And when we saw this together, we initially thought that some of it has potentially been CGI'd or faked. Because if you look at the trees, they're in wintertime. And here we are, apparently in summertime. So that straight away started to ring alarm bells, didn't it?
It did.
We saw it.
It is so hard to differentiate these days whether things are AI or whether they're actually real. So you really have to kind of pay attention to all the small details. And I looked at that video and instantly saw the football pitch, which looks like it's been the special effects have been made to make it look like a football pitch. The shadows around the pitch, there's a white rim around the edge of the pitch. It just doesn't look like it belongs in that set of images. It looks like it's been transposed onto that video.
Excuse me. But yeah, absolutely. And you know, we should question things more, because I think one of the main problems which we are all falling short with is we are too eager to believe whatever we're presented. So absolutely, I saw this morning and thought, wow, obviously it's been sped up. This area here looks a bit suspicious, but in hindsight we've just seen another video which is a lot better, higher quality than this. So looking at this raised alarm bells to me, because I've spent time in military barracks around the UK, and this is very similar to what you see in a military installation. Okay, you would have 4-ton vehicles parked up here. You'd have access points to load troops on. Everything can move freely. You could have potentially a helicopter pad here and here, where kit and equipment and individuals and personnel can be moved onto the main drag. There is lots of questions, so I'd really like your input into what you think about it. And this is the place in question, Mosney village. Okay, so we're going to close that tab down. And when we saw this, I immediately started investigating, because we was noticing so many weird things. And it's mainly because of the poor quality of the video, and it absolutely has been sped up. So, and it is obviously filmed not recently, because the trees are in wintertime mode, or probably late autumn. So what I decided to do is to have a little look, as you do. So all I'm trying to do is to show you what I've uncovered, and I want you guys to interact, whether it's live or in the comment section, whatever it is. Okay, so straight away we typed it in, and it's a Butlins place. How many times have we seen Butlins? And it looks like those concentration camps, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. Initially, my thought was the layout. It looks like a concentration camp.
Yeah, and we're going to show some pictures in a bit about this, and there is a lot of similarities here. So if anyone was interested, this is the location on the screen here. So it's not too far from the border of Northern Ireland. It's right on the coast around the Dublin area. And yeah, the history. Okay, so it was built in 1948. And it was a holiday centre. It had changed from 1982 to the year 2000. Then it was turned into, here we go, an accommodation centre. So this is what we're being told. In December 2000, a 5-year deal was signed by the government to turn Mosney into an asylum seeker accommodation centre. Okay, Mosney is now home to around 600 asylum seekers from over 20 countries. Okay, so that's what we've uncovered from the dreaded, unreliable Wikipedia, but nonetheless, it's information. So this is why it's key to get people who especially live near the area, who have even been there, or maybe even been on holiday there in the past. It'd be really cool to get your views. So we got nearly 500 here. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that with everybody. I'll just pop into the chat real quick. Low sun and odd shadows. John, we saw that, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
We saw exactly that, mate. Yeah, 100% well observed, because we was absolutely looking at the layout of the shadows. And, you know, if you was to sort of completely generate that from a computer, you know, that is some work there. Having the footage, angles, the shadows all in the same direction, etc. So I originally done a poll, which I stopped early because that happened before we saw some better high quality footage, and we're going to share that now. So you might have a completely different viewpoint on it, as did we. I think it's this one here. Oh, sorry, no, that's the documentary. I think it was this one here. Right, yeah, this one's cool. So we watch this. This is much better resolution. Okay, so we're going to fill the screen, turn that stupid sound off. And one of the things that we noticed, what you did, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It was a railway line running right by the beach. Okay, so if you're thinking of a base to hold chemtrail shot there, if you're looking at a base to hold fighting age male migrants, this is just a theory. Okay, this would be an excellent location. This is just all flannel. I don't even think if this is the right video, actually.
It was 6 minutes long, the video that we looked at before. I can't.
Yeah, here it
the
is.
title of it.
Right, sorry that I showed you the wrong one, but so thanks for sharing this, because we got 500 in here right now. This footage here. So we've turned the sound off, and we are going to start from the beginning. Make the screen large. So this is the guy's YouTube channel. Has done an excellent job. This is really good, high quality imagery. So looking at the location for defense, okay, right by the coast, easily to defend. You've got a huge, big lateral running railway line with a huge platform there, which is very odd when you think of what happened in the concentration camps in World War II and POW camps, etc. There was always a train there, which is very odd. And when you look at the layout of these buildings as well, it does look very uniform, very military, etc. Okay, so when we initially looked at the original footage, we saw areas like this which we questioned because they just looked really strange. But upon reflection, now we found some much better quality footage. It's a lot easier to see the extent of the whole site. We even saw a labyrinth there, which we thought was a bit strange. This strange little area, which we don't know why it's left to go rough. And yeah, as you can tell, we got some really good high-res shots of this site. Now, like this guy is saying, and I don't know if anyone else is saying this, but apparently up to 1,000 African fighting age male migrants are already housed there. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying that it's true. This is why I need your help to see if that is factual. We're on full-blown myth-busting mode now, aren't we?
We are investigating.
We're investigating, yeah, because we've just decided, you know, it's high time that we upped our game with really looking into stuff to make sure if it's real or indeed bullshit. So this is the area which we saw in a previous video, where absolutely you would have a potential landing strip for small planes here. You would have a couple of helipads there, and you'd have all of these road networks for vehicles to park. So should these guys or military or whatever it is decide to go out through the network and go onto the streets around Ireland and do patrols, who knows? Maybe this is pure poppycock. Maybe this is all by design. Who knows? Only time will really tell if this is just a harmless. Sorry, darling.
That field.
This here.
How it's mowed. Look how that's mowed. That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would they?
Somebody's got your football goal there. You can tell. But yeah, why would you?
Side, why would you put a big cross?
Why would you give someone magic mushrooms and a lawnmower and 10 quid with a can of Coke?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because look at the result. But no, it's true. Why this? It doesn't make any sense. So this is why I think we need to question things. Anything which you think doesn't seem straightforward, it seems a bit odd, it seems a bit weird. Yeah, we should absolutely look into these things. And you can tell the car park on site is quite established. You can tell from a defensive position that there's loads of open ground. You've got tree line cover, etc. And you've got all of these buildings, which were, as I said, very reminiscent to POW camps. And we're going to show some real POW camps in a sec so you can see the difference. This is the football pitch, which when you looked at, you feel, wow, this is crazy.
It didn't look real to me. And
No.
there's lots of old buildings, and then you've got those white buildings that are obviously new. And the first video we looked at, they looked fake.
They did, yeah.
They looked like they were CGI transposed onto the video, as did the football pitch, as did the trees that were dotted around the lake. But this is a much higher resolution, so you can get a much better idea of the thing. But I found it really interesting. Those billets, they look like
you got a sewage outlet there to manage all the waste.
Yeah, that's okay. And there's little huts at the end of these rows of billets, and I find that really strange, because you've got all these massive long rows of billets, and then at the end you've got all these little huts, and I just don't understand what those little huts would be for when you look at it closer. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Where can you highlight it?
There we are. So what Rachel's talking about is these little tiny huts there in front of all of these big accommodation blocks. Obviously you can just tell by the colouring of the roofs that they're old and aged. This obviously looks brand new. Not very old at all. This football pitch, it's hard to tell. This lake area looks quite new and clean. These buildings look quite new as well, but it's impossible to tell without actually getting boots on the ground, as it were. But like I said, isn't it a strange coincidence that you've got a big railway line running right across the front of it? So you can get people moving from the air, from the sea, from rail, and from road, right by the coast, surrounded by open land. I would say this is an absolute prime location for an MOD site. Absolutely. Now, we've all heard speculation and rumours about UN soldiers coming in, disguised in amongst migrants, etc. We've seen all of it. Now, this is quite interesting. What I want to do is to show you this. Now, this video that was uploaded 16 years ago on YouTube. Okay, so we're going to watch this together. Now, we've talked about this after seeing it, and we both totally agree with the sentiment of this video we're about to watch. Okay, we're talking genuine asylum seekers, families fleeing from war-torn countries, going to this location and spending time there till they adjust to get themselves together and possibly moved on within the community. I think this is an excellent idea, and we're going to watch this, and this is not what we are seeing with our own eyes in recent times. So this was its general purpose, plan set in the year 2000. So just as the millennium came, this is what was being presented. So we're going to enlarge the screen, and we're just going to watch this together.
We have people from approximately 50 different countries living in this very small village type setting, and everybody living in Mosney would be asylum seekers, everywhere from Argentina all the way across to Russia, you know, and most of the African countries, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, just endless number. The children who are coming from war-torn zones and who've been through horrific circumstances, they would see Mosney as their home, their only home.
Yellen just make it a beautiful. You know what it means for you to leave everything you have as a human being, for you to leave your family, to leave your childhood, memories, everything, and you came to a country where you are a total stranger to start life all over again.
We were living in fear, you know, because we knew that anything can happen. So many people were being deported, and you are not different from them, you know. So the same letter can come to your doorstep any moment, and then you are gone to Africa without anybody knowing.
It's like a waiting room. People see it as a waiting room, somewhere that you're just passing through. But unfortunately, if you're passing through over a period of 2 or 3, 4, 5 years, it can be, people assume they're going to be here for a very short time, but in fact, it can be a lot longer. We have people here that don't know if their families are dead or alive, so it's as raw as that, basically.
Well, so when you see that, I absolutely agree. I think there does need to be areas where genuine people seeking asylum from war-torn countries, from families, etc. You know, I think that's a great idea. I mean, can you imagine being one of those asylum seekers coming over here and then having to deal with what's been happening to them, and then making loads of friends within that camp, that community, and maybe they've been moved on, maybe they stay in touch. I think little areas like that around UK are great, but what we have been seeing in the last 4 years is not what we are being told. We are being told that we have got an influx of asylum seekers, but what we are actually seeing are these male-only migrants. So I'm saying, where are the women? Where are the kids? Where are the disabled people? All the rest of it, there's not. So that is just literally us putting it out there, really, about how we really feel about it.
Yeah, we've got nothing against asylum seekers, and places like that are a lifesaver, aren't
Yeah,
they?
absolutely.
For children, women, and families to come and feel safe when they have a country that they're scared to be in. That's not the issue. That's not what we're against and opposed against. It's these male migrants that are coming over and causing mayhem.
Absolutely,
and that's a totally different thing to asylum seekers with families and children and grandparents and disabled people.
Because a lot of these people, they would have gone to these centres, they would have been shipped out, integrated in the communities. They would have probably learnt a trade, got a job, and contributed, and opened shops and all sorts of things, and really helped the UK. But it's not what we've been seeing lately. We've been seeing all of these male-only fighting age males coming over here, giving loads of money, giving free accommodation. We've been seeing trouble, crime go through the roof. We've seen riots, etc. So it's not what the mainstream is putting out there when they say things like this. Refugees welcome. Yeah, there's a difference between a proper asylum seeker / refugee and an illegal migrant. There is a whole big difference. Unfortunately, these people in the picture there have been entirely brainwashed and believe that, they're all women and kids and all the rest of it, but it's not. So like we touched on earlier, when we saw the similarities of the footage between that and POW camps, I'd like to draw attention to this. Now, these are a list of as many as they could find of prisoner of war camps in Great Britain during and after World War II. So as you can see on there, there's nothing mentioned of this Butlins place. That was built 48, so it's after. So nonetheless, you do seem to see where some of these places are right on the coast. Okay, there are some of them on the coast, right there in Wales, etc., and up there in southwest Scotland. So it's very, very strange that you would think, wow, if you wanted to have military bases converted from prisoner of war camps, you absolutely could. And it's quite fascinating because you can look through this list and it will say everything where all of these places are. And the strange thing is, as I spent time in the military in one of these places, and we're going to show you that in a sec, and I'm just seeing if it's on it, because there's so bloody many. Abergavenny, they got one, look, over there in Aber. So Aldershot, yeah, there's loads, isn't there? So there's tons and tons and tons. We could be there all day scrolling. But nonetheless, I thought it was quite interesting to see the similarities between these holiday camps, these migrant centres, these MOD and ex-MOD sites, prisoner of war camps, and the weird tie with concentration camps abroad. Very, very strange. But nonetheless, this is what's been happening. So I'm going to share with you a little walk down memory lane. My time in the military in 1990, I spent some time in this camp, Colty Bracken. Age, if you're watching, happy memories, mate. And it looks like they're turning it into some weird hotel now. But yeah, I spent a fair amount of time here. We used to do like BFTs, carrying logs up and down the mountains just outside the camp. That was good fun in September with the rain. So had a lovely time there at Colty Bracken camp. But yeah, this used to be a prisoner of war camp back in the day. There is a photograph somewhere which really brought back memories because it's exactly how I remember it. If I can find it on the inside. There's lots. It's a crazy place. And one of these days, I wouldn't mind going back there just to see how much it's absolutely changed. because yeah, they've done training there and all the rest of it. So it's a fascinating place. Absolutely. I remember all of these edges there. We had bunk beds all the way down one side. It was all empty in the middle, and it was next to every bunk bed there was like a wardrobe with our kit and equipment in there. We had inspections and all the rest of it. Some of you guys who've been in know exactly what I mean.
I wonder how many men you got in each billet.
Oh God, I'd probably
If it's
say,
bunk beds.
I would say probably about 30, 40, something like that.
Mm.
So yeah, lots of snoring, lots of coughing, lots of burping, lots of farting. So it is an amazing amalgamation of crazy memories there. And I know some of you guys have asked before. So the regiment that I served in was the 2nd. There it is, A Company in Portsmouth, 2nd Battalion, the Wessex Regiment. That's where I'd done my little stint there. But like we said earlier, with all of these strange coincidences, we decided to have a look. Now, I chose to enter in camp buildings because, you know, I didn't really want to share all of the atrocities that happened in these places. But like we've been seeing, there are quite a lot of similarities of buildings like this, how they've been laid out, places like this. And it all has some weird coincidences, why they are built that way, etc. And yeah, it certainly makes you think. All of the crazy things that happened all those many moons ago. So I just wanted to really see what you guys know as a boots on the ground sort of feel about this place in Ireland. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comment section if you're watching this on the replay. If you can help share this video, because I think it's about time that we stop taking content at face value. We really need to check it out first. Okay, so like I said, someone will post something 10 minutes ago. It doesn't mean it happened 10 minutes ago. Some of these social media posts happened years ago.
Yeah,
it's scary because how are we supposed to know and share? We have to spend time investigating first. And like I said, this has ended up being my full-time job. So thankfully for me, I've got time to research into this and try to show you guys. Don't fall for it, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. So if you can help support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. There's links below. Many thanks to all of you who have shared this already on WhatsApp and Facebook. I've already been notified by people that they've shared it, so that really helps. Thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell is awesome, and we're going in the right direction. And like I say, everyone who supported the channel, I really appreciate it, and especially all the moderators. And your moderator now is crazy. So it's a big thank you from us. Did you want to say anything before we shoot off?
Well, just thanks for tuning in, folks, and I hope you have the rest of your day is good.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, appreciate that. And yes, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Stay funky. So we're almost finished.